What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're playing Thrun, Breaker of Silence. Thrun? I don't know. I'm gonna say Thrun. Let's go with Thrun. Yeah, let's go with Thrun. Irregardless of my inability to say the name of the card, this is a interesting build. This was a viewer requested deck. So side note, if you have a commander you'd like me to play, suggest it in the comments below. But a viewer suggested this, and the idea behind the deck is it's mono green Voltron. And if you read Thrun here, this spell can't be countered. Alright, that's great. Trample, awesome. Thrun, Breaker of Silence can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control or abilities from non-green sources your opponents control. Alright, so it basically has like protection from all colors except green. And green, except for maybe like fight spells or like Kenrith's transformation, there aren't a lot of ways to like remove a creature in green, at least on Arena, right? And then as long as it's your turn, Thrun has Indestructible. So this card has like 4 layers of Voltron already baked into it before we attach anything to it. So by itself, it is already an extremely hard creature for the opponent to get rid of. It is 5 mana, but at least we know that when we cast it for 5 mana, it's going to stay on the board unless they have a board wipe. And if it's our turn, it's indestructible. So, we can play around like some instant speed stuff, right? Beyond that, it's what you would expect. It's all the auras and equipment that I could find. As you can see, the mana curve is incredibly low. It's all 1, 2, and 3 mana spells, essentially. I did that on purpose because my thought was, well, we want to spend the first couple turns either ramping and or getting equipment down on the battlefield, right? So we can play Thrun and immediately attach stuff to him. Is it Thrun or Thrun? It's going to bother me this whole episode. Thrun. I don't know. You decide. I'm going to probably say both. So, like turn 3, we can play, and, oh my god, speaking of saying names wrong, Anduril, Flame of the West, right? Get this down, have it ready for, the turn that we get Thrun down. Maybe we can attach it if we ramp a little, right? Same with Brass Knuckles, right? We can put this down 4 mana, and its only equip cost is 1. So it's really easy to equip it, but it gives our creature double strike. Anyway, that's the deck. I'm trying to think if there's any other like secret tech in here. I mean, we got Toski. We have, it's hard to draw cards in green, so we have a couple like roundabout ways of doing it. There is a couple really cool synergistic cards. I mean, Up the Beanstalk really only applies when we play Thrun, but still, it's a card. It's 2 cards actually, because when Up the Beanstalk enters the battlefield and when we play this, so that's 2 mana for 2 cards. Not bad. If that's the floor of it. The ceiling is if we have to recast this, we continue to draw cards. Season of Growth. Whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you control, draw a card. So all of our auras target our commander. So we draw a card every time we cast an aura. And there's another one in here. There's a couple other ones, but there's at least one other one that allows us to draw cards oh, here we go. Whenever one or more enchantments enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card, right? A lot of our spells are auras, which are also enchantments. And yeah, Hardened Scales, modern staple. So yeah, we have like roundabout ways of drawing cards. Up the shot. This could be a way to get rid of or to conjure a card into our hand that might be applicable, like Plummet right here. Or we can just pay 1 mana and draw a card, right? Easy cantrip. our big card draw spell is Return the Wild Speaker, because you can imagine this card, I mean, it's already 5 mana, so the floor of this is draw 5 mana, draw 5 cards. But if it's pumped up at all, and this is like a 15/15 or whatever, we draw 15 cards. So, and then we have the One Ring, just because, why not? You know, it goes in every deck. This deck is no exception. As far as the mana base, kind of what you would expect. I mean, I always put Nykthos in monocolored decks. Plaza Heroes just to add another layer of protection. Roadside Reliquary, we have a lot of artifacts and enchantments, so this is another card draw. Tyrant Sanctum, we might have leftover mana where we can make this actually indestructible, not just indestructible on our turn, which, you know, would be good. Cavern of Souls, it's already not counterable, so this probably doesn't need to be in the deck. Yeah, we could take it out, actually. I'm just so used to putting that in every deck. Lair of the Hydra, just another creature we can attack with. Buried Ruin, go get an equipment that maybe got destroyed that we want to keep. Put a +1/+1 counter on our creature if we cast an instant sorcery, which we have a couple of, like Khalni Ambush, Castle Garenbrig, just to maybe ramp out our creature a little bit faster, and a couple of the Seek lands and Discover lands just to get extra value. So enough of me talking. Let's see if we can actually get some wins in this deck. With this deck. Save and exit, sure. Yeah, it changes the land. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. Channel's been growing. People have been suggesting videos. It's been really fun. I have no idea what kind of decks we're going to play with this deck. I don't think I've ever seen this commander on the ladder. So we're going to see hopefully some unique stuff and not just the same old generic tier 1 garbage. Alright, well, this is a pretty good deck, so this will be a good test. This is the Cascade Dinosaur deck, essentially. Discover X, yeah. But Discover is essentially Cascade. Alright, so our hand, we have a tap land, basic, a couple of equipment, Hardened Scales. This is one of the ones that lets us draw a card whenever we deal combat damage, and then this will make our guy huge. The question is this going to be enough to overpower their dinosaurs? Because they're going to be playing a lot of dinosaurs. There's no ramp in this either, which is not great. Alright, well, we won the battle of patience. One thing that making Brawl ranked would fix is people scooping like that. People wouldn't scoop so fast if it meant their rank would go down. Zerial? Have I played this? Mono red? Mono red. No, I don't think I've ever played this. Okay, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. Create a 1/1 devil creature token when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. This might be Devil Tribal. If this is Devil Tribal, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Devils are super annoying creatures. And then the -6, you get an emblem with the end of your first combat phase. Untap target creature control of this phase. There's an additional, so essentially double combat. Okay, but this is probably devil. What the? Dude, what the? Are people really that impatient these days? I mean, like, I'm not taking forever. I'm taking, like, it was like 30 seconds. Okay, well. Welcome to the historic Brawl queue, where nobody has time to wait one extra half a minute. Okay, Mardu. I don't think I've ever seen this card either. Sorry, I'm reading your cards, guys. I've never seen these creatures in my life. Okay, cons. Taxis combat able. Has indestructible as long as your turn. Kind of similar to our commander. Maybe this is Mardu Voltron. Whenever a creature dealt combat with your this turn dies, put one counter on it. It's a 7/2. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yep. Ramp. Keep. Okay. Whew. Got a game going. We did it. We did it, boys. Alright. We will just do this. And we'll play this as a ramp creature. Next turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gains lifelink. Got it. Nice. That's a great card. What's cool too is now we have a creature, so this works on this as well. Okay, they give their creature lifelink. No blocks. Okay. Will eventually be good, but not right now. There's our land. So what do we do? That's the question. We can ramp on their turn. Probably the right call. We have 4 mana. 4 mana. Yeah, I think we just... I mean, they're going to be able to play their commander. I think we have to pass, right? Because we don't have any lands. So we're just going to have to pass. They're going to gain a ton of value and probably play their commander. They discarded lands, which means... Oh, discard at least 1 land, yeah. Okay, so never mind. I thought they were on the chapter where they created the treasure creature, but they are not. Oh, they are. Never mind. Wait, no, they're gonna make another one? I'm confused. Okay. Resolve? They probably should have just done that and then cast their commander, right? I don't know. Other warriors you get is +1/+1. Okay. This doesn't pump it at all, which is a bummer. I could kill their creature, but then I can't ramp, so I think we just pass, no blocks. Pass. Are they going to kill my creature in response? Well, that's funny. Nice try. Nice try. Okay. Here's a uninteractable 5/5. And play their commander. Makes sense. It has haste, huh? Well, yeah, we can't block that. Not yet. Okay. As long as it's your turn, it has indestructible. Well, that's a problem. We have no way to gain life. Trample and haste don't really matter. That's 4 mana. That's 4 mana. So we could make it an 8/8, but then it just dies. We could make it a 7/6, and then it still just dies. I think we gotta do this. Oh, it's an instant? Okay. We'll pass through the turn. Pass through. We'll keep our mana up. I didn't realize this was an instant. We might have to block with the mana dork. We're gonna make a copy of something. Okay. So they're gonna attack in, I guess. Yeah, I think that'll do it. This doesn't have trample though. It just has haste. So pass. Yeah. Resolve. Okay. We'll do full control. Pass. Choose blockers. So we're taking 10. 2 blockers. Return the Wild Speaker. Draw 5. Okay. Did we draw anything that gives us lifelink? Oh boy. Okay, well we can fight their commander, right? Okay. I still don't think we have a way out of this, but we're gonna try. I think it still has haste though, so they can just play it next turn. Yep. I think that's it. I mean, I guess we can play the blocker, right? Yep, that's it. Uh-huh. Yep, they got it. Weird, we played like the exact same style of deck that we're playing, they just went first. Didn't even need to do that, but okay. And then they're gonna copy it. Nice. Very, very cool. We'll leave it in the graveyard. Alright. Well, having access to multiple colors is definitely nice. I've said it in other videos, but I really struggle as a player with mono green, at least in this format, because of the card pool selection is so limited. Like it seems like all the best cards for green aren't on Arena, and then I don't know. It's not aggro enough. Like it's not like mono white or mono red where you go wide and you do damage really quickly. You have to like with mono green you have to build up to it, and it feels like the other decks in the format are faster. So I struggled to get wins with mono green, but I think it's just a personal problem with me because everyone else seems to play mono green and do really well. Opponent gets to go first. What queue are we in? We're not playing this game. We're not playing this game. This is a completely unfair matchup. Anyone who's ever played against Narset will know exactly what I'm talking about. We're not playing. If it was a different deck, fine. But I'm not playing that game with this janky pile. A Zoni. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. Sacrifice another creature, you gain 1 life, draw a card. Okay. Oh, damn. That thing costs 6 mana? Okay. Alright. So they're gonna, like, self-mill themselves, maybe? We have ramp. We have a way to turn off their commander if we need to. Yeah, I think we keep. Be nice if we got to go first one of these days, but, you know. Crack a fetch. Pays 2 life. What are they going to do with it? Gets 3/2 as long as there are 4 more creature cards in your graveyard. Add. Okay, so it's like a mana dork that can eventually get big. Alright. Let's do up the beanstalk. Cantrips. We'll draw us a card later. Nice. Yeah. We're not going to block with this anyway. No point in pretending like we're going to. So what's kind of interesting, and I hadn't really thought about until now, but Eater of Virtue says it basically takes the abilities of whatever it's attached to and then saves them if the creature dies. Thrun has Indestructible, so if it dies on our turn, I think we get Indestructible on both of our turns because of this equipment. Okay, they wreck Sage the Beanstalk, sure. Delighted Halfling. Nice. Well then. Yeah. I think we do that. They have almost 6 mana. Of course they have the exact answer for the 1 ring, but alright. That's their whole turn, so they're just going to attack in, I'm sure. Just the Wreck Sage, okay. Alright. Now they are a green deck, so this does get a little awkward if they have a green, like, interactable spell, but I don't know what that would be except for Kenrith's transformation. Sage you. Okay. Yeah, they get to, or we get to ramp. We'll take that. Does this have flying? No. Okay, pass. Plummet. Destroy target creature with flying, naturalized artifact or enchantment. Okay, Cavalier of Thorns. It's pretty good. We'll probably just draw a card with this. They don't have any artifacts or enchantments right now. I don't think this is an artifact or enchantment. Okay. My turn. Cool. Well. Yeah, we do have... We can net more mana if we want. No, it's the same. 2 plus tap, so this is... Yeah. It's 3. Okay, we'll save the Kenrith's transformation for their commander. Oh, I guess we can play one of these, huh? Let's play the Rogue's Gloves then. Cavalier of Thorns. Something from their graveyard on top. Tear Asunder. Okay. I'm not sure this works if they kick it. Does it? Oh, I guess it does. Cool. Take action. That's their whole turn again. We have plenty of mana to recast Thrun. Interesting. See, I would consider this a black spell too, and this has. Can't be the target of non-green spells. So this is technically, I guess the wording allows it to happen. Yeah, because the spell just has to have green in it, I guess. Okay. For some reason in my head I thought this meant that it had protection from multicolored spells even if they had green. I guess we'll just play Destiny Spinner. And you. And yeah, I mean, does this have Death Touch? No. Okay, I guess we'll do this and draw a card because we need the card draw. They're gonna float a green with no cards in their hand? Sure. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 7. I was wondering why they weren't playing their commander. I feel like they could get a lot more value if they played their commander. But I don't know. Okay. Well, we can make Destiny Spinner big. It's a 6/6. So we can make them block it, right? Is that good? No, not really. Not right now. Be nice to draw some cards, but we don't do that in green. We don't draw cards. Not on Arena, anyway. Okay. Completely irrelevant card. I can make a 5/5 and put one of our lands at risk of being blown up. Not really what I want to do right now. I think we just play this as the enchantment to buff our Destiny Spinner. Oh, never mind, because it's not in a aura. Cool. It adds another devotion, though, so now we're getting close to netting with Nykthos. Let's pass. Probably gonna draw some cards. Must be nice. Really wanted to use this for their commander, but we just we have no cards in hand. In a bad spot. Cool. Awesome. Now they don't need to they literally don't need to do anything and we'll just die over time. And they have a death touch creature, so even when we get thrown down, I mean, it'll be indestructible on our turn, I guess, so if we somehow get to the mana to cast it again. Yeah, draw, take 2. Resolve. Hardened Scales. So now we're netting a mana. I guess we can cast this now? Alright, it's something. No attacks. What does this do? Well, if we get to keep Thrun and we get to equip all this stuff to it next turn, I think we're at least in a spot where we might be able to turn this around, but I'm not super optimistic considering they can draw cards at will and we have nothing in our hand. At least they're scared to attack right now, so that's something. I mean, they're probably going to attack with Sheoldred. No? Weird. I guess they didn't want it to die. Yeah, let's equip these all to this guy. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I guess we'll take advantage of this now. It's too bad we can't float that into our second main. Do you have another green removal spell? They might accidentally put Sheoldred in front of it thinking they have Death Touch. Yep. It's indestructible. Yep. Okay, we create a couple, like a blood token. I think we draw a card. You may draw a card, as if I would say no. I guess that's fair though with Sheoldred. Season of Growth. Whenever a creature has the battlefield under your control, you never cast a spell that card. Okay, well that's great. We just gotta make it to our next turn. If we could draw a Shadow Spear, something that gives us lifelink, that would be awesome. Because this Sheoldred's gonna kill us so fast, so we might not even want to play this, honestly. They're gaining a ton of life too, which makes it harder for us to Voltron them out. They have a 13-14, seems pretty good. Okay. Oh, they don't have that to block with. Okay, we now have a 13-12. We're gonna draw some cards because it's our only way out of this. We have to draw like one of our double strike things or something. So let's get all the mana. Let's play this. We'll draw 2 from this effect. So we'll take 4 damage. Resolve. Even a fight spell would be good here. But really we need lifelink. Awesome. Do we have lifelink in the yard? Nope. We do have this though. Each forest, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it becomes a... I mean, that's lethal. They have to block it at that point. Okay. Something. Where is it? Yeah. I don't know if this is the right play or not, but I think it is. Becomes a big boy. Take another damage, so we have to kill them right now. Oh, we could fight Shieldred. But then, I mean, we're just gonna die on the backswing. Baleful Mastery. It's because the opponent draws. Oh, I see. Yeah, good game. Shieldred does it again. I don't know how you mono green players do it, man. I don't know how you do it. Alright, we'll do one more. Let's try to get one win in this video. I think this is a cool deck. I think maybe in Commander this is a better build. I think you have a lot more options to make this like a really powerful card and probably really effective in that format. In Historic Brawl, the decks are too powerful and they're too streamlined. And look at the queue they're putting us in. They're putting us against, like, they're not discriminating. They're putting us against, like, other powerful commanders. Like the first Sliver. Like, what? You know, like, what is this deck doing against this deck? So, you're not getting any kind of handicap playing this card. So if we were playing like other janky decks, that'd be fine. But we're playing decks that are good to great. I really haven't seen a lot of other like jank. Shadow Spear is good for lifelink. This draws us cards. This draws us a card. This gives us flying. Draw a card and discard a card, so I mean they have to go first. I guess we keep. They technically have green in their deck, but I doubt they have like specifically green removal like the last player did. Oh, nice. We drew a ramp creature. Very cool. Right on curve. So this deck is either an actual Sliver deck or it's this, which is, it's 5-color good stuff and they just use this as a 7/7 with Cascade. They should probably blow up the Shadow Spear, but we'll see if they do. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's a good land to draw. We'll do it like this. And hold that up, hold that up, hold that up. Next turn we'll have Thrun. I guess we'll attack. I mean, every point of damage matters in the Voltron deck. End turn. I guess I could have equipped this, but nah, I didn't really want to loot anything. I like my hand. Okay, so let's do it like this, resolve, and we'll see what they cascade into. Is it the Kami? Oh, it's Cultivate. Okay. Draw a card. If an opponent casts a blue or black spell this turn, because turn you and permanents you control gain hexproof. Yeah, they cast a blue spell. So we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this and draw a card. They're thinking about what lands they want to get. So what, next turn we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So we can play Thrun and then that's it. The next turn we can give it flying. And we can attach 6 Sense to it. So we can draw 2, discard 1, which is pretty good. My turn. Equipped creature has vigilance. Nice. Whenever another artifact or creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put +1/+1 counter on equipped creature. Awesome. Do it like this. Do it like that. See, Binding of the Old Gods would have been one of their only removal sources, and they've already used it. That would affect Thrun. So, hopefully they don't have anything else. I mean, they do have a death-touching 7/7, but we're going to give our guy flying. It's too bad they got rid of the Shadow Spear. We have to, like, if they board wipe us here, I think we're dead. If they can remove Thrun, I think we're dead. So we really have to make it to our next turn with our board intact. Oh god. You may look at the top of your library, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of your library without paying its mana cost. Super fun. Would have been nice to have this back. But we have other enchantment removal in the deck. Okay, Time Warp. Cool. Do I just scoop it up here? Do I just... for the content, I won't. But if I wasn't recording a video, I would just scoop it up here. They're able to play a free spell every turn from either their hand or the top of their library. They have a 7/7. They have how many mana? 8. Yeah, cool. Well, what's funny is they can't target this, but I think I've seen enough. Well, I gave it my best shot. Maybe someone else out there can build it better than I can. I do think it has potential. I just, I'm not sure with the card pool on Arena, it's really possible for this deck to be competitive if they're going to be putting you against the first Sliver and against Narset, which we didn't even play that game. You know, I think if that's what they're going to be queuing you against, this card has no chance. If they were going to be putting you against, like, you know, I don't know, mid and below tier commanders, then yeah, I think this would be a really competitive deck. But it's all about context, you know. You can't take your janky, you know, pile with no rares and no mythics to a modern tournament. It's just, you're not gonna do well, even if your deck wins games, you know, in your play group at your local game store, right? It doesn't mean the deck is bad. It just means that contextually in the pool, of other players and other commanders, it's not good enough. And I think that's sort of the unfortunate case with this guy. Now again, I am not a good mono green player, straight up. I have admitted that many times, at least on Arena. I actually own like mono green commander decks, and I do really well with those. But on Arena, I really struggle with the card pool selection and the power level. It just isn't there for me on Arena. I think with certain commanders it is, you know, with like Vorinclex and the other ones that have like card advantage, you know, in the command zone. Those are fine. But this kind of strategy with Voltron, I just don't think there's enough support to make this work. Even though there are some really great cards in Arena that should, in theory, work really well, I just think, you know, it's in an awkward spot. It's 5 mana. They're gonna put you against all these other powerful decks. By the time you get to the, you know, to get Thrun down, even though they can't target it, which we actually saw that some decks really can target it. They've already built their board to a point that it's hard for us to come back from. So, you know, this was my best shot at it. I gave it a good crack. But I don't think on Arena this is a viable commander, unfortunately. Now, again, maybe the deck needs to be rebuilt, and maybe we just need to focus on ramp so we get this out early, and then we just play more powerful stuff. Instead of having a low mana curve, we have a higher mana curve, and we have like the best equipment on Arena. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's the way to do it. But that's for you to try. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment down below. Tell me about how I misplayed and how I, you know, completely messed up the build of this deck, and how I ruined your favorite, you know, commander. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, leave constructive feedback below. I can take it. Like I said, you know, mono green and I just don't mix. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.